that money in the air. Throw that money in the air. What it do, comic bros? This is Power Comics, and I'm your gracious host, Super Duper Sean. And man, do I got some news for you, along with an article from Bleeding Cool. But before I get into that, I need y'all to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I already feel like I've been talking too much. Let's get into it. If you didn't know, Marvel is dropping a Marvel Swimsuit edition. Oh, yeah, it's time to throw that money. Oh, throw that money in the air. Throw that money in the air. Throw that money in the air. Yeah, you know what it means. We're going to see some of the most beautiful characters ever created in Marvel history. In that birthday suit, happy birthday suit. Oh, it's your birthday. Yeah, obviously I am wildin'. Now, we gonna state the truth. We already know why they did this. This is nothing more than a cash grab, and I can't get mad. How long did y'all expect Marvel to sit back and watch Udon Entertainment along with Street Fighter clean up the market with their swimsuit edition? Not only did Udon Entertainment sell floppies, each issues of their swimsuit edition, but they took it a step further and made deluxe edition hardcovers. Volume 1 looks like this with Chung-Li, and Volume 2 got that sexy ass Jury with the lollipop. Y'all know what I'm talking about, like a lollipop. Yo, now you know the haters are on deck, cause Bleeding Cool has an article titled "A Into Wokeness with the Return of the Marvel Swimsuit Special." I had to laugh, right? Because maybe, so to speak, Marvel wasn't putting out swimsuit editions. I mean, the sexiness in comics has never been higher. There's pinup variants. There's actual naked variant covers of some of our heroes if you want to purchase them. There are some literal wild covers out here that will put swimsuit editions to shame. So how is a swimsuit edition into wokeness when we have full naked covers of some of our heroes? And I know y'all have seen it. Anybody thinking that this is more than a cash grab is literally cuckoo. Now, the Marvel Swimsuit Special initially started in 1991, I believe. But did you guys know that that was a copy of something? Because the Amazing Heroes by Fantagraphics, yes, a different comic company other than Marvel, Fantagraphics actually printed the first swimsuit issues in 1987. And they had top tier talent on there. See, the swimsuit edition issues was always a chance to showcase some of their best artists. And in the early Amazing Heroes Fantagraphics swimsuit special, you had top tier artists like Eric Larson, Sam Keith, Graham Nolan, and Adam Hughes, just to name a few. Now, this Amazing Heroes swimsuit special did feature all types of characters from Marvel and DC in swimsuits, but it was not published by Marvel or DC. Actually, a lot of the artists that worked on the Fantagraphics swimsuit issue eventually went to work at Marvel and work at Detective Comics. Now, Fantagraphics had them a smash hit, but they were using Marvel and DC characters. So eventually, Marvel put their own imprint out called the Marvel Swimsuit Special. And this was all put together by my GOAT, editor-in-chief at Marvel, Tom DeFalco. The Tom DeFalco era is responsible for some of the best runs in comic book history. He is my Marvel editor-in-chief GOAT. And this is a quote coming from him. He even said that the reason why they put this out was money motivated. That was the big thing. They knew sex would sell. Because you have to think, this is the early 90s. What's popping around this time? You got Baywatch, MTV's Beach House. This is the era of the real sexy video vixen era. Comics is fully in tune with the culture, And that's how we get stuff like Marvel Swimsuit Edition. I think they even did some Baywatch covers, if I'm not mistaken. Now, let's not get it twisted. The swimsuit specials is mostly tongue-in-cheek, rather than being extremely erotic. Not only do we have female characters, but there are male characters as well. So this notion of women being overly sexualized through comics has to be re-evaluated, because there are men in here as well. And yes, some illustrators draw women extremely curvy, small here, small there, big there. But we also have men with huge gigantic chests and huge gigantic arms. Or in Nightwing's case, real tight, firm buttocks. Also, each Marvel swimsuit issue had a theme setting. There was one that was set for the Super Olympics. There was also a Wakanda theme setting. But I'm going to get into this article from Bleeding Cool, and then after I read that, I'm going to give my thoughts and my opinions on that. Is this an end to wokeness with the return of the Marvel Swimsuit Special? Or is it a new beginning? We take a look. So who says there are no benefits to Donald Trump being president again? Because after 30 years, Marvel Comics is bringing back the Marvel Swimsuit Special in July 2025. As Marvel Swimsuit Special Friends, Foes, and Rivals, which suggests this might be a regular thing for the next 4 years at least. The one shot will also debut designs for in-game costumes. Coming soon to the Marvel Rivals video game. People aren't wanting to play as Magic for no reason after all. The Marvel Swimsuit Special was an annual magazine-style comic book published by Marvel Comics from 1991 to 1995. A parody of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. The series featured pinups of Marvel Comics characters in swimwear. The fan service-driven nature and its overt sexual objectification of Marvel characters caused controversy, especially since does its return indicate a shift in thinking? Maybe, but the original was equal in its treatment of male and female characters, and as Warren Ellis said on the issue edited by Christian Cooper of Central Park fame, he did one of the funniest things I ever saw at my time at Marvel. Back then, Marvel would release a summer book called The Marvel Swimsuit Issue, which was exactly as awful as you think it is. What they used to call fan service and good girl art, except for 1 year, Chris Cooper somehow got a hold of it. And that year's issue was the gayest thing you've ever saw. Like gaydar installations all over the Northern Hemisphere just straight up burst into flames. Anyone who beheld that book from a distance of 20 feet became, by genetic testing, 3% gayer. It was so fucking funny. It was not what Marvel did at the time, and it was so well played. The Marvel Swimsuit Special Friends, Foes, and Rivals #1 was written by Tim Seeley and Tony Flex. Art by Nick Bradshaw, Nick Clean, Margaret Savage, Luciano Vecchio, and more. Wraparound cover by Adam Hughes, Mark Brooks, Tyron Clark, Russell Darterman. On sale July 9th. The swimsuit special returns. Roxxon Comics is at it again when they release their own unauthorized swimsuit special. Wasp is on the case and seizes the opportunity for Marvel heroes to do their own swimwear fashion. Shoot all over the world, but fear not, true believers. We know what you're really here for. This supersized special features splash page after splash page of gorgeous art, but with a story so you can pretend you're reading it for the articles. Throughout the 90s, fans enjoyed a lighter side of Marvel Universe in Marvel Swimsuit Special, an annual one-shot that featured breathtaking artwork of Marvel characters in beach attire and swimwear. This unique and beloved special makes it long demanded return, it is primarily an artist showcase. Marvel Swimsuit Special presented pinups from the industry's top talents in a magazine style format. So, yes, so there you have it. And no, this is not an into wokeness, so to speak. This is a cash grab, just like it was in the early 90s. Just like it was in the 80s when Fantagraphics first started this. If y'all don't think that Marvel was renting them characters out to Fantagraphics to do this because they didn't want to be attached to it at first until they seen, hey, this is actually working. Let us make our own Marvel Swimsuit Edition, and that way we don't have to pay anybody. We can get all the money. Exactly. That's all it is a cash grab. It's not an end to wokeness, so to speak. If there ever was a wokeness, please go pick up any new comic, especially a female-led comic. You're gonna see nothing but curves and hips, and it's been like that since the 80s. I mean, did y'all used to read Witchblade? Witchblade was one of the most erotic superhero comics. Like, what? Witchblade? Even though it was a superhero comic. But the way they were drawn, the way Mark Silvestri drew them characters was like, yo. Yo. You had to be there. That's all I'm saying. You had to be there. And if you want to modernize it, we got books like Faithless. That is a whole erotic story. A great story by my man Brian Azzarello. But it very much pushes the sexual boundaries in comics to the limits. I'm your boy, Super Duper. Remember, don't stop, pop that, don't stop, pop that, hey, what you working with, Joey, what you working with, deuces.